Hi, Vince here. You may know me from such things as the Slap Chop and the Sham Wow, but today I've got a great new product for you. Let me ask you a question, ladies and gentlemen. Have you ever...
I did my best, Mr. Snuggles. I did my best.
We can all relate to that sad soul there. We've all been there. But today, I can fix that problem for all of you. Let me ask you another question. Would you like to get better grades on English papers? Would you like to be more persuasive in your arguments? Would you like to think of a third thing when making a list of things? I know I would. And you can with rhetoric. Oh!
The rhetoric is the ability to analyze the diction which the author uses to make the text meaningful, and the specific things in the text which make it meaningful in a situation.
But the biggest part of rhetoric is the rhetorical triangle, ladies and gentlemen. It's the big connection between the subject, the author, and the audience. You see, the author explains his views on the subject using his own points and evidence he finds most compelling. The audience, in turn, is persuaded by the author's views based on their prior knowledge. And the 3 points that tie the rhetorical triangle together are ethos, logos, and pathos. Logos is the logical appeal, where the author uses statistics and facts to try and prove his point. The ethos is the reputation of the author, whether you trust him or not. For instance, when the president speaks, everyone believes him because he is the president. And the pathos is the emotional appeal, where the author tries to connect with the audience using words such as we, us, and together. And to help better illustrate my point, we have Coldplay performing the 3 Oses from their new album, 12 Whiny Songs.
We couldn't get Coldplay.
You couldn't get Coldplay?
No, we have Nickelback instead.
Nickel! Fine. Actually, we have half of Nickel.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Logos is the logical reasoning appears when you use statistics and facts. Logos, yeah, it's got your back. As for pathos, the song is supposed to direct appeal. Emotion to persuade the audience. With this ethos, you gotta put your trust in the author's prior knowledge. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Now, wasn't that fantastic, everyone? You know my favorite part? The ending. Just kidding. See, we've already used ethos, logos, and pathos in my infomercial. Do you remember the small boy crying on the ground? Didn't you feel sad? I know I did. That was me using ethos to connect with you in an emotional way. Logos we've also used. Do you remember when I showed you Baron von reading the dictionary? That was a logical appeal. And finally, for ethos, you're sitting on your couch, watching me on an infomercial and believing every word I say. Let's talk about some of the finer points of rhetoric, shall we? You see, context is the background information about an item, an event, that explains it or says why it's here. Just like this sword. It has no context in this video. There's no reason it should be here. And then there's intention. What is the author trying to do with his argument? Myself, I'm trying to convince you to buy my product. In this case, rhetoric. Or this nice set of coffee mugs. And lastly, there's genre.
Genre.
Genre is the way a piece is presented, be it a television show or an infomercial. Ladies and gentlemen, so far I've talked a lot about rhetoric and how great it really is. But don't just take my word for it. Listen to some of the appeals from my past customers. So, sir, what do you think of rhetoric?
Oh, rhetoric? Yeah, that stuff's great, man. Before I had rhetoric, I couldn't even string together a sentence. And now here I'm using 3-syllable words all over the place, and just when I'm writing, I'm more persuasive, you know? And it just made my life so much better.
Hello, sir. What do you think of rhetoric?
I liked rhetoric before it was cool. Back in 05, it's way too mainstream now.
Sir, you do realize it's 9 degrees out.
I suffer from my fashion, okay? My neck gets cold. My chest.
So, sir, what do you think of rhetoric? Hello there, fine gentlemen. What do you think of rhetoric?
Well, rhetoric helped me free the people of England from fascist government through revolution. I mean, ethos, pathos, logos, all that stuff.
That, ladies and gentlemen, is rhetoric, the trusty tool belt of analysis, helping you to become a greater writer, but never fall into the clutches of summary, for it will make you a worse writer if you use it in excess, and it will only lead you in the dark clutches of the Dark Lord Summarise. Oh no! It's him now! The blade of rhetoric! You shall never bother us again. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the Sword of Rhetoric. For only $29.99, you can become a better writer. And if you call right now, I'll send in me a set of knives, because I can't do this all day.